What is going on, everybody? John Impemba here with Andrew Cooper. Welcome into the Thursday Night Football Preview Week 6. Here we got the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs on tap here. My friend Coop, man, how we doing?
I'm doing good, dude. I think that this one, I think we're going to get a better game than people think for fantasy football. Okay. I don't think that this is going to be a game where either team can win, but we've seen, I think Russell Wilson's been okay. And now he gets Greg Dulcich back. I think we're going to get them scoring enough points where fantasy football, this is going to be a fun one. What do you think, John? I think the Chiefs are going to have to run the score up because Russ is going to come back and throw a couple touchdowns, put something on the board.
I certainly hope so. I put out my Underdog Fantasy DFS picks tonight here. Over on Underdog tonight, they have a boosted prop on the Russell Wilson touchdown. One and a half touchdown prop is up to 1.25x. So you get a little bit more money if you include that one in your prop here tonight. I like that one a lot. I like Cortland Sutton over the 3.5 receptions and the Pacheco rushing yards here. So
I got another one for you.
what we got?
Josie Jewell is the tackle monster tonight. That's
Okay.
what we're rooting for. He covers Travis Kelce a lot. And here's what happens is that he's actually not a terrible cover guy, but they still throw to Kelce anyway. So he just gets those free tackles by just being close to Travis Kelce, who's going to get the ball. So
Just by existing. Just by existing, he gets the tackles by default. I love that one. I love that.
Get the tackle monster in there. We love that one. That one's also really fun to root for because you're just out there, we're obviously rooting for our fantasy implications, but it's nice to have defensive players too, because a random 2-yard run and you're looking at the pile and they're pulling everybody off and you're like, yes, that's my guy. We got him, baby. So that is a fun one to bet on for sure.
Yeah, 100%. So we got a lot to talk about here today. I see you guys all starting to roll into chat, which is great. We'll be answering your start-sit questions. We'll be breaking down tonight's matchup as we go about. Maybe do a little NFL DFS lineup as well during the show. Build that showdown slate to get you all ready here to kick off week 6 action. Coop, for those of you who maybe haven't tuned in to the Fantasy Slam shows that we've had over this week, I think we should at least talk a little bit about what has happened this past week. A lot of key players have hit the IR. Justin Jefferson, James Conner, Anthony Richardson. I know Devin Otchain hit the IR. So a lot of guys out, which means we have a lot of questions coming in now pertaining to sort of filling those voids now on rosters. What's your overall take on this situation, man?
Yeah, man. So the thing is, only certain teams and positions have true handcuffs, right? So like with Justin Jefferson, it's not like, oh, Brandon Powell comes in and he's Justin Jefferson. It's not really the case. Everyone slides over. And in most leagues, Jordan Addison was owned in like 90% of leagues. So it doesn't really matter there. KJ Osborne now probably going to play a little bit of a bigger role. So somebody you could think about there. With James Conner, we're going to get information. Amari DiMercato, obviously the more fun name to say, but Keontae Ingram has been the guy that earned the job this offseason. So another one where no pure handcuff there. So kind of tough situations for a lot of them. With tight end, there's only a couple tight ends that have actual handcuffs you can start. It's basically just there's 3, in my opinion, John. I'm willing to start Noah Gray if Kelce goes down. I'm willing to start Isaiah Likely if Mark Andrews goes down. And I'm willing to start Cole Turner if Logan Thomas goes down. But if Sam Laporte is out, which he didn't practice today, you're not starting Brock Wright, right? Like, so a lot of these guys, when they go away, they're just gone. There's nothing that comes and fills their place. So kind of some tough injury situations. Like Anthony Richardson, Anthony Richardson does totally different things than Minshew. Right. Are you starting Minshew anywhere, John?
I picked up Minshew in a super flex league, and I'm playing him there, but I'm not starting him over anyone this week in terms of like a regular redraft league that I'm in. He doesn't have a terrible matchup against Jacksonville. Of course, you got the revenge game narrative, you got the Minshew mania and whatnot, but I like him in DFS this week as a 5K DFS play on DraftKings, but I don't know necessarily if I'm looking at my lineup and playing him over guys like I was last week with Sam Howell, where I was picking up Sam Howell and playing him over Trevor Lawrence, in last week. I'm not really doing that with Minshew this week. What are your thoughts on reports that Travis Kelce is going to have a heavily taped ankle tonight? Do you think that there's a chance that he is like not necessarily a decoy, but like less effective tonight, knowing that ankle is a little gimpy?
So, yeah, I've had this version of sprained ankle. This is the one that most people have had. It's only like football where you really get a high ankle sprain. Most people aren't twisting their leg in that way. It happens when you get tackled. But he has the type of ankle sprain that most of us are familiar with. You roll your ankle and it gets swollen. Like for football players, man, you play through that, dude. Back in high school, I know it's high school ball, but like Anthony Sherman, who was on our team, played in the NFL for a long time. He had his ankles taped with some sort of ankle situation every single week. Like you just play
Just
through it,
play through it. Yeah.
Exactly. Like tomorrow is going to be terrible for Travis Kelce, but he's just going to load up and play through it. And the thing is, he's just that much better than Noah Gray that unless it's a complete blowout, Kelsey's going to be out there giving it his all. So
Sure.
I have him still tight end 1. You have to start him. Maybe you don't use him in your showdown slate, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think that would be a pretty interesting fade tonight. Most people automatically think Kansas City, think Travis Kelce, especially on showdowns. You got to think he's going to be like 70, 80% rostered here tonight. But like you mentioned, this isn't a saying like go play Noah Gray instead, but maybe you look at the wide receivers in Kansas City here tonight if you think that wrapped up ankle is going to be a little bit of an issue for Kelce here this evening.
Yeah, I mean, John, you know me, dude. I can't. I've been the Noah Gray DFS dart throw guy for a long time.
Yeah.
Showdown, it's harder because you don't need to use a tight end, but I still kind of like him. And the thing about Noah Gray is he plays 60% of the snaps every single week, no matter what, with Kelce plays or not. And he has a reception in every game going back 21 games. And that includes 3 playoff games in that stretch. If you say a target, it goes back even farther, right? So this guy, he's involved. I think if you're doing a showdown slate, I'm getting him in there for sure. We'll talk a little showdown in a little bit.
We will.
Folks,
we will.
I just want to say what up to everybody in the chat. We see you guys getting the game. Flowosaurus, Ann, Schwartz, Scampers, Josh Coles, aka the Hamburglar. Thank you for tuning in with us, dude. We're gonna hit all your questions, so get questions in there. Throw them in there, make them up, do what you got to do. And we'll probably do a DFS lineup tonight. I'm feeling one.
Yeah, we'll definitely get a DFS lineup in there. Before we jump into some of these questions and breaking down a little bit more what we got going on, thoughts on sort of the overall betting lines here for tonight's game. We have the Chiefs at home. It's a 10.5 total, 47.5 game total here this evening. Is that something where you have a strong lean one way or the other? These are divisional games. Sometimes these divisional games do end up playing a little bit closer than I think most people would tend to expect. Do you think that's something that we see here tonight?
Yeah, so I think that I don't like the 10.5 with the hook there. I don't like it. I don't like taking the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to win. The one thing that, and you know me, John, I only bet if there's something I'm feeling good about. Normally on Thursday, you ask me this and I say I'm not betting any of it, right? But I do actually already have one in. I took the over on this game. I've already said at the top of the show, I said I think that the Broncos offense is good enough to keep making the Chiefs bring their offense out and actually play. So I think that I could see a game where the Chiefs win. Like look at the Lions-Panthers game where the Panthers kind of kept coming out and doing a little something. So the Lions had to keep doing something. And by the end of the day, it was like 40-24. I think that's the kind of game you get where the Chiefs basically come out and basically every drive they say, have you had enough yet? Have you had enough? And it ends up being like 40-20, so I could see a game like that. And the over-under is 47.5, so it doesn't have to be 60-point game. It could be a 50-point game.
Right.
So I do like that one.
We do have some inactives here. Nothing too crazy. Frank Clark, as we know, obviously not in for Denver. They're looking to either release or find a trade partner for him here. And then the Chiefs inactives, again, no major players really out for them this evening either. So should get, for the most part, a pretty clean game here. Javonte Williams is back, and we've seen some questions now popping in the chat about Javonte Williams. So let's see if we can answer them here for the folks in the chat here. We'll get to everybody as we go. Florosaurus wants to know our thoughts with Jaleel. Can you play Jaleel tonight? DeMarcado against the Rams or Foreman against Minnesota? Assuming Roschon's out. Roschon still hasn't practiced yet. So I have to assume he's not getting through that concussion protocol. With Javonte Williams active tonight, can you find yourself playing Jaleel McLaughlin tonight?
Nah, man. Like, not with Javonte back, because the thing was, Jaleel, his role was almost exactly what we saw from Javonte. He was getting more carries, and Samaje Perine got the pass work. He basically just filled in for Javonte, but with Javonte a full go, I just see him going right back to the bench. So I'd actually wait. If Roschon's out, you start Foreman. If Roschon's playing, I'll go with DeMarcado, right? Sure. The thing with DeMarcado is I picked him up in a bunch of spots, and I was like, I got him. Good. I wanted him. And now I'm looking at the matchups, and I'm like, man, Keontae Ingram's back, and he plays for the Cardinals. So I don't love it, but I do like it better than a split on the Bears or Jaleel as the third fiddle.
Sure, I agree with you. And of course, everybody's tweeting out the Cardinals depth chart. The team official depth chart has Ingram ahead of DeMarcado, but as we know, that doesn't really mean anything.
Right. And the other part about that, though, is that how could anybody be shocked? Because that's how it's been all year. And a lot of times these battles are decided all offseason. They have entire offseason programs to figure out the pecking order. So DeMarcado coming out and having a decent game last week doesn't just erase all that. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if you came in and had one bad day at work and they were just like, oh yeah, by the way, clean out your desk, dude. Like now you sit over here in the janitor's closet, right? It just it doesn't usually go that way. So
yep, I hear you. Dan, he wants to know Javonte or Moss in a PPR.
And we've both played Dan recently, so he's not playing.
I don't think I'm facing Dan. You're not facing Dan, so I think we're in the clear to answer this.
I think I'm gonna start Javonte, man. I mean it's tough, but I think
it's tough. You got
Javonte's going to be the lead back.
That was a pretty tough matchup, and again, I have to assume at some point, JT keeps getting a little bit more of the run in that offense. Right. Unfortunate for those Moss managers that benched him last week. I know I did in a league, thinking that JT was back, 60-40, and then Moss goes off and looks maybe as good as he has all season. So, but I still got to go Javonte here tonight. By all accounts, I know Dan says they both have usage questions. The Peyton came out and said, like, Williams will not be limited. So what does that mean? Is he going to be not limited but still play 40% of the snaps, or is he going to go out there and play it full? So a lot of questions there.
It's that time of year.
Starting Shoemaker if Ferguson died.
I think for handcuff purposes, maybe, but Peyton Hendershot still are floating around. I mean, he's been out right now. Like that tight end situation, you would need two guys to go down for me to turn around and be like, you know what?
I thought I just saw something on Peyton Hendershot. What did we just get on Peyton Hendershot recently?
Is he back? He missed the last 2 weeks.
No, they put him on IR today.
All right, Hendershot's done. But even then, Shoemaker played. It's like they just refuse to let Ferguson be the one guy. And people keep coming to me and they say, oh, Ferguson, he might be 31st in route participation, but he at least gets all these red zone targets. Well, the word red zone, like you're taking a lot of luxury with it. Inside the 20, he's got targets there. If you look inside the 10, he has 6 and he's only caught 2 of them, and only 1 is a touchdown. So he has 2 receptions inside the 10-yard line. That's the guy you're super excited about. That's the guy that we need to move way up in the rankings.
Well,
get out of here. Get out of my face.
Our friend Ann in the chat. What's up, Ann? One in the PPR. Sanders, Dotson, Rasheed, or Higgins to get. I mean, we all wish Rice would play more. I think Rice would probably be the easy play here if that was the case. But I think I lean T. Higgins in this case.
What an island of misfit toys that is, right? Yeah. You got Higgins, who you would obviously start if he didn't have broken ribs.
Right.
Rashee Rice, who got 5 targets on only 10 routes. Jahan Dotson, who is everyone that loved Dotson didn't realize that Logan Thomas was going to be the guy that gets the most targets per game on that team.
Samuel being healthy and not helping him,
And then Miles Sanders. It's amazing that Miles Sanders, with how slow he's been moving with the groin injury, was able to play enough and move fast enough to also hurt his shoulder. So, I mean, it's just
listen, it's Rice or Higgins for me. If you're worried about the ribs, I think you go Rasheed Rice and hope that he is still a high volume or a highly productive player in the amount of snaps that he gets.
Just start him. Start Rice. He's a fun play. That's a fun play.
Oh, Dan said he's playing me. Oh man.
Oh, he is.
Oh, damn.
That's a tough question anyway.
Go play Julio. Let's see. Joshua here need 2 running backs: Gibbs, Javonte, McLaughlin, Bigsby, and White. Do I start Javonte and wait on Gibbs? Only other running backs were Ahmed, Dalvin, or CH.
So Gibbs came out and told the media that he won't know if he's going to play till tomorrow, until after practice tomorrow.
Well, why aren't you playing Rachaad White? I think you're playing Javonte and Rachaad White here. That's not really too difficult of figure out. You play Javonte tonight, and then if Gibbs doesn't play Rachaad White. I know it's against they're home off a bye. Who's the Buccaneers playing? Home off
What's that?
The Bucks. Bucks have who? They're at home.
Oh, they're the Lions.
The Lions. Yeah. I mean, again, not a great spot, but he catches the football.
Right.
Go White.
You can probably drop Bigsby, honestly, man. He hardly plays.
Yeah, and Travis Etienne's having a breakout year this year.
So good. So. Yeah. Howard won't acknowledge it. I'm going to keep bringing it up until Howard's like, you know what? Okay.
PPR for Ann, Palmer, Rasheed, or Pitts in a non-tight end premium league.
What's up, Ann? We got the whole gang in here. Hamburglar, Ann, Palmer, Rasheed, or Pitts. If it's no tight end premium, then I'm just gonna start Josh Palmer. I mean, he's the de facto tight end 2 now for Justin Herbert. I'm sorry, wide receiver 2 for Justin Herbert, right?
Sure. Yeah, that works for me. Coming off a bye at home against Dallas too, so I don't mind that one. Twitch gang in the chat. Should I drop Hunter Henry for Rashee Rice? I have Kittle, and my wide receivers are Allen, Amon-Ra, Thielen, Thomas, Dell. You definitely don't need a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Would you rather keep Henry or Kittle?
Yeah, dummy man. Let me know who else is on the waiver wire for a tight end, but I think you just start Kittle, and I would add Rice if you can, especially if it's Yahoo or Sleeper, and you can add Rice right now and then drop him if he does nothing. I love that move. So just add him now, especially on those platforms. But I mean,
it's hard to love anything New England offense at the moment. They have a 19.5 projected total for the team total this weekend, which is not very good.
That's disgusting, bro. And the thing is, Hunter Henry, he's like last week he played. It was the Saints are now probably the toughest matchup there is for tight ends with DeMario Davis and the Honey Badger and everything they got going on there. You know, the Patriots were a tough matchup. They lost corners and Kyle Duggars. He can't do it all himself. And also the Bills just lost Matt Milano. So as far as like tough matchups go, New Orleans is the number one matchup we want to avoid for tight ends.
Yeah, I'm fully on there. Austin here wants to know, one in a PPR, Jacoby and McLaurin.
Man, Jacoby's been so rock solid.
He's been very, very good.
I think you just start Jacoby, man.
Yeah, you got Jacoby Myers here. He's been playing better than Terry McLaurin has been.
Yeah.
So, no, not too dire of a question there. Wilson or Goff? I mean, which Wilson? There's a few Wilsons now that are starting here. Is this a Zach Wilson or a Russell Wilson?
It's got to be Russ, dude. It wouldn't be a question without Russ. But I don't know. What do you think, John? Assuming it's Russ.
I'd play Russell Wilson this week. Again, Lions on the road, Jared Goff on the road. The numbers are not good for him.
No,
his home numbers are way better than they are road numbers. Plus, you have Tampa Bay coming off a bye. They've had time to sort of prepare for this team here. So I go Wilson, assuming that is Russell Wilson here. Scampers wants to know Jahan or Michael Wilson. I mean, at this point, you got to play Jahan, right?
He has to drop one. I think this is a long-term stash.
You drop Michael.
You probably drop Michael Wilson, man.
Yeah, drop Michael Wilson there. J Money here. Detroit, Las Vegas, KC defense. I'm going to address that one first. Where'd you go?
Vegas. Just start Vegas against
either
KC tonight or Vegas against the Patriots.
Yeah, it's probably Vegas versus the Patriots at this point.
Right.
And then it flex Stevenson, Algier, Barkley, if active, or Amari Cooper. Well, Deshaun Watson just got ruled out for this Sunday. They're going with PJ Walker. Stevenson, I'm not going to play.
If Barkley's active, you play Barkley, and otherwise, I'm probably just going to start Amari Cooper.
Is that a prime time game this week?
Oh, is it PJ Walker or is it DTR as a starter?
No, it's PJ Walker.
Yeah, so PJ Walker's not that bad, honestly. PJ Walker's better.
But they're playing the 49ers, so.
Yeah. I mean, but you're going to start Tyler Algier, dude?
He had 17 carries last week.
Yeah, he usually does, but I don't know.
I mean,
it's just a boring play. Fine, start Tyler Algier. Go ahead.
Well, the Giants Bills are a late game, so you don't get that answer.
I'm starting Saquon Barkley or Amari Cooper. That's what I'm doing. If you want to be, if you think J Money, if you're the favorite, then start Algier. And Ann in the chat asking, do we sweat these start sit questions like we do? I mean, here's my policy on start sits, and it should be everyone's policy: is that never be too proud to reach out to somebody you trust and say, hey, what do you think? Like, I have start sits, and sometimes I reach out to John and Howard, and I say, hey, John, what do you think? Like, I always ask John my quarterback questions because he spends more time looking at it than I do. He does a quarterback coach for Fantasy Alarm. Obviously, he's going to spend more time looking at it. So that's why it's like, hey, no matter how good you are at fantasy, it always helps you to turn and say, hey, you know what? What do you think about this? And then, you know what? It's not like you have to report back to them and show them your lineup. Like, when you ask me a question and I tell you who to start, if it's not going to hurt my feelings if you start the other guy, I'll never know. So it's always that's why I say get your questions in, ask, and we'll confirm them, or at the very least we might say something you didn't know. Sometimes people like John says, hey, Deshaun Watson's ruled out. I actually didn't know that was 100% true yet, and now I do know. So it's always worth it to ask.
J-Money's got a follow-up question. Ferguson for Ertz. I think I'd pick up Ertz right now for sure.
I'd rather have Ertz, yeah.
All right, Coop. I need you to put your biases aside here. Dulcich tonight or Kincaid?
Yeah, I think with Kincaid hasn't even cleared concussion protocol, so you can't risk that unless the waivers are loaded with guys. So you start Dulcich, just know that this guy's coming off injury, and we don't know what his snap share is going to be. Yeah. We don't know, what it's going to look like. But yeah, it's a good matchup for Dulcich to get him in there. Kincaid, he might not play again. He might not clear protocol.
True. Sean here wants to know, need advice for 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. So he wants us to start his lineup for him. Mm-hmm. Swift, Williams, Moore, Thielen, JT, Flowers. So get the running backs here. Swift, Kyron, or JT if you had to pick 2.
Oh man, I guess I would just I would have to watch JT play another week, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Well, we could use him a flex, but I agree. Swift and Kyron for my 2 running backs. My 2 wide receivers, I think, have to be DJ Moore and Adam Thielen.
So you can't bench DJ Moore right now.
And you can't bench Adam Thielen right now. No, the way he's playing. So for your flex, is it JT or Zay Flowers for you?
If it's full PPR, it's Zay Flowers.
Okay. Sean, let us know full PPR or not, and we'll be able to we'll get it go there. Dan's talking about our matchups.
Kings Classic. Kev Tompkins. Exactly. Kev Tompkins. He's a professional. He's good at this game, but you have tough questions. He bounces off your
fantasy football is such a tough thing to play, especially with all the injuries. So we got to pick his 3 flexes here. Justice Hill, Jonathan Mingo, Michael Gallup, JSN, Charbonnet, Dotson. I think I'm definitely playing Mingo.
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely going to play Gallup as well. I like Gallup against the Chargers here. Played more than Cooks did last week as well.
Right. Justice Hill played more than Gus Edwards. I mean, he skews passing, and I know full PPR, Kings Classic, so I think I would go Justice Hill.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go the first 3 there, Kev. Again, JSN's not playing enough for me or getting the looks enough for me here. I know Metcalf is questionable, right?
That is such a Kev Tompkins team, except for Michael Gallup. The one name there that it doesn't feel like a Kev Tompkins player is Michael Gallup. The rest, it's like, 0
late round picks,
0 RB running backs, and high upside hype plays like Dotson and JSN. Yeah. That's Kev Tompkins' squad. But how did Gallup end up on
there? Yeah, I'm with you there. Austin wants to know pick 3 PPR: Pacheco, Walker, Jacobs, Cook. So I definitely like Pacheco tonight.
Pacheco for sure.
Definitely like Kenneth Walker the way he's been running. So off a bye as well. So you get Jacobs or Cook here. Cook against the Giants, Jacobs against the Patriots.
Damn, that's all that is good. And James Cook, the crazy thing is James Cook actually had a bad game last week, but he actually played more than he has in other games, which is good news for him. But I think I'm just going to go with the first 3 and bench James Cook. Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I think that's probably fine.
Good RBs, man.
Sean again wants to know another league, start Flowers or Addison. Don't you kind of have to play Addison?
Gotta play Addison, bro. Gotta play Addison right now.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Scampers in a guillotine league. You never got into a guillotine league yet, Coop.
I love that. Dude, it's going to be a sad day when we do this and Scampers doesn't ask the guillotine question, because that means he got the job.
It means he's been out.
But we do get one every week. So good job, Scamp.
Madison versus Chicago, Hollywood versus the Rams, Godwin versus Detroit, Olave, Houston. I think I'd leave Madison versus Chicago if I'm telling you the truth here, man.
Really? Well, so Evans is banged up.
Yeah.
Godwin, I mean, the Detroit Godwin's kind of in a smash spot too, though.
I think with no Jefferson, you could see Minnesota run the ball a little bit more, though.
Or they could just stink, dude.
They could just be bad. They could just very well be bad. But I don't know, man.
Those guillotine questions get real tough when they, clearly you're picking up players.
It's a Madison Godwin flip. I'm not going to do Olave versus Houston or Hollywood versus the Rams.
Go with Godwin, dude. I'm worried about Cam Akers, man. Too many fumbles, too many drops for Mad Dog.
Okay. Joshua here wants to know Humphrey tonight is a dart throw and a flex. What do you think?
No.
I think there's other dart throws you could make tonight.
There's other plays you gotta make.
We'll play Mims. Why not? They're talking about trading Judy and Sutton. Maybe Mims gets a little bit more showcase here. Right. Nico or Thielen's an easy Thielen for me.
Thielen, yeah. Nico. So my policy on Nico is this: he had a bad matchup last week. He has a bad matchup this week. Everyone out there, if Nico has a bad game this week, go out and trade for him. Yep. Because he's got better. He does well in good matchups, as we saw early in this year, and you might be able to buy low.
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with you here. Austin again with another Q. Pick one for PPR: Tajay, Zeke, Ford, or Ingram here this week.
Gotta be Ford, man. Gotta be Ford. Ford's the only one we can trust to get more than half the work.
I mean, yeah.
49ers. Man, the thing is, it's all John, it's also supposed to that over under is based on the wind, which could favor the running backs.
I think yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. I think
that game could just be terrible across the board, but
I think I don't know.
you're gonna start Zeke Elliott, dude.
I might start Ingram, truthfully. I mean,
we don't even know what that's going to look like. Split backfield on the.
I know what Ford's going to look like against the 49ers with PJ Walker at quarterback. I know what that's going to look like.
Split backfield on the Cardinals sounds like a nightmare, bro.
Is it Jerome Ford in a split backfield? Like, what's his snap share looking like?
It's good. His snap share's great.
Is it? I do not like Jerome Ford at all.
Nah, but I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess. I mean,
he played 62% of the snaps last week.
Fine, start Ingram. Do it. See if I care.
It's
the high risk. Again, it boils down to: do you want the safe play, which is Jerome Ford, but his upside is not good, or the upside play, which is Ingram? The thing is, Jerome Ford, we said, oh, he's playing the Eagles, he's going to suck. Caught like a 30-yard touchdown pass. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Sometimes you got to go with the guy that's playing.
He's at least the starter. If you want to trust it that way, that's fine. But I don't know. I don't like any of those guys. Sorry,
they're all bad.
They're all bad. I apologize. But honestly, you're in the same state that 90% of fantasy football is in.
Yeah, there's a lot of and there'll be better days for Ford, and Ingram might be a starting running back for a few games here, but we just don't know yet. That's the thing.
I guess we've misread some of these questions here. So I guess, guys, if you can ask your question in like full, so we'll understand it a little bit better, we can give you a better answer. Yeah. I'm not gonna be able to scroll back and check out what we had here. Here we go. We got a question here. Should I trade Devonta Smith and James Conner for Justin Jefferson? I do not trade for injured players, but you are also trading an injured player. I think I'd rather keep Devonta Smith again. So here's the thing with the Justin Jefferson injury. They said he's going to be out for 4 weeks, and then they're going to reevaluate. Okay. So he could be out 8 weeks.
Yeah. They said 4 to 8.
So I think I keep Devonta Smith here.
Keep him, dude. Keep them, unless those guys are both on your bench. If those guys are both not in your lineup, then maybe do the trade. But if you're 5-0 and those guys aren't in your lineup, then do the trade.
Yep, I'm with you.
But otherwise, and shout out Twitch Gang. That guy's name is Big Daddy Weirdo. Put the Twitch glasses on for the Twitch Gang. We got SJMP says I need help.
We got get it Osborne or Judy for him here.
Oh man, that's tough. I think I would just go Osborne.
Yeah, I think I go Osborne that matchup for them. They got the Bears, man. That's such a bad spot. So
yeah, the Bears the secondary sucks. Though I think Jalen Johnson's back at practice and Eddie Jackson's back too. So maybe it won't be as bad as usual, but still you gotta start guys versus the Bears.
Yep. Yeah, and the Bears.
Bears are
bad. AA, our buddy. What's up, man? Half PPR 2 of 4. Taylor, Rice, Kirk, Hopkins.
Taylor, Rice. Start 2 out of 4. So we mentioned 2 of these guys. All right.
Yeah.
I think DeAndre Hopkins is healthy now with the ankle. He looked great this week. So I'm going to get him in there.
Who are the Titans playing this week? Let's find that out.
Ravens on London on the concrete on the concrete streets of London, dude. But
we have this nice soccer pitch. What we're going to do is we're going to put some hard top down.
They literally removed. People were like, they were like, because I tweeted about it, they were in my replies being like, oh yeah, they put the turf over the field. I'm like, no, they removed the field completely, and whatever was underneath there, they put the turf on top of that.
Yeah,
just crazy. So yeah, good luck with that. 2 super injury prone teams in the Ravens and Titans going over there. The Bills left that game. Matt Milano broke his leg. Daquan Jones out for the season. Dalton Kincaid had a concussion. Dawson Knox sprained his wrist. That's why they came out of that game saying we just played a game on concrete. So
right.
I don't know, but I'm still going to start DeAndre Hopkins, and I wouldn't start Rashee Rice if you have Christian Kirk. So it's either Kirk or Taylor.
Yeah, it's Kirk for me.
Kirk, yeah, he's been good.
Yeah,
and Zay Jones got the knee still.
Yeah, he said I traded Devonta for Justin Jefferson. Was that good? I don't think so. Again, you're trading for an injured player with a hamstring injury. Guys, just Do not trade for hurt players.
Right. If you could trade Devonta Smith straight up for Justin Jefferson, then I would do that. But you also got to give James Conner too.
No, this is a different guy. He traded Devonta for Jefferson straight up. I would not do that deal. He's out 4 to 8 weeks.
I would make that mistake and ruin my season.
We're in week 6. 4 weeks is week 10. Playoffs are in week 14. Like,
if I'm 5-0 though, dude,
he just traded a starting wide receiver for a guy that's not going to help him down the stretch for the playoffs.
Well, he might.
How? He's not playing. He's out.
If Justin Jefferson comes back, he's Justin Jefferson though.
When's he coming back?
I don't know.
You don't know, but you do know Devonta Smith's playing every week. So I'd rather Devonta Smith, man.
Yeah, dude, that was sick. What did he catch? Did he catch 1 of 5 targets last week? That was sick.
Who cares? That's 1 week. Well, how many more targets is Justin Jefferson going to get the rest next 4 to 8? Zero. I'm just saying, dude. 0.0.
I'm just saying you could build, but just think about the hypothetical wagon you could build.
Sure. You can think about that wagon when you're 4 and 12. And
I know, dude. I'm admitting that it's a bad idea. Sorry, but I'm just saying. I don't
mean to crap on you, but this is a PSA. Do not trade for injured players.
Hey, DM me. Let's do it.
Don't do it. Another quick fan here. Priceless Pigeon. Carr, Jonnu, Kirk, Amon. Oh, another trade. Trade Carr and Jonnu. Jonnu getting some trade value here for Kirk and Amon Ross. You're trading a bad quarterback and Jonnu for Kirk and Amon Ra. It's a 20-man. Hold on, it's a 20-man league.
Yeah, he puts questions in on this 20-man league. Priceless Pigeon.
I mean, I would take Kirk and Amon Ra here for sure.
I would do that for sure. Anytime you can trade Johnny Smith, you got to do it.
Yeah. Hey, saying he's already going through the 5 stages of grief of losing Nick Chubb. Yeah, that's just what we all. Nick Chubb was one of my favorite guys this year too.
Oh my god, my team in FFPC, the Fantasy Pros Challenge, my team is sick. And if I had Nick Chubb, I'm 4-1, even with losing Nick Chubb. And I just every day I look at that, I think, what if, man? I didn't get Jerome Ford. Someone else already had him.
Right. Priceless said he can also do Downs instead of Kirk. I still think I'd rather Kirk over Downs here.
Yeah, I do like Downs, but he's just not a full-time player. Kirk is, so you can do.
Yeah, what did you thought of my midnight text to you last night, Coop, saying that Alec Pierce got 7 targets?
He did, but Downs. I was thinking about it all night, and then I woke up and remembered that Downs got 12 in that game. So and Kylan Granson scored a touchdown.
Right. So the weird winds are going to be blowing in this game. Let's see here. Showcase game for Jerry Jeudy, possibly Sutton and Jeudy on the block. I mean, definitely possible here.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. Hey, that'd be great for Dulcich, man. That'd be great for Greg Dulcich for one of those guys.
It'd be great for Mims, dude. Get some Mims on the field more.
Yeah.
My Luke saying that it's windy in KC. You got a weather report for me, Coop? Let's see if we can pull up a weather report.
Oh, yeah. So we were told it is windy. We were told that gusts of up to – this is earlier today. Howard pulled it up because I was like, I didn't hear anything about that. Somebody in the chat said it. I think it was Tommy in the chat was like, it's supposed to be crazy windy. And we're talking sustained winds of 15 with gusts of 30 was last I saw. Okay. Do you have it?
I don't. I'll pull it up right now.
I'll do it.
Okay. I thought you had it.
I should have it. I don't know why I'm talking about something, just estimating it when I could pull it up.
We can just read the report. Yeah. Let's see here. Looks like the rain's going to hold out. Noteworthy wind models are showing gusting around or even 30 miles an hour. Sustained winds at 15 or a touch higher. Which probably makes sense why the Sutton receptions prop dropped today, because it was at like 4, now down to 3.5.
3.5. I still like the over.
I still like the over. And obviously it makes it better for the running games here tonight. That's where you're going. It's
going to be loud and windy in there, man. Not going to be a fun place to be Russell Wilson.
Not going to be a fun place. Taylor Swift's going to be there tonight. Okay, good on Taylor. We already answered this Big Daddy Weirdo question, but again, I'm just going to reiterate, I would not trade for an injured player. So I'm keeping Devonta James Conner.
Do the trade. Do it.
Not for me. War Eagle. Dude, a lot of Twitch fans in here love it.
Yeah, Twitch gang, man.
Twitch gang coming in.
Twitch glasses out. Dude.
Flowers, Kirk, or Devonta Smith here, man.
Oh, I missed the question because I was yelling.
Bench one. Flowers, Kirk, or Smith?
I'd probably, if it's full PPR, I'd bench Kirk.
Okay.
Can't bench Devonta Smith just because he had one bad game. Like he does that every once in a while. Yeah. He's still a good player. The upside's still huge.
Baltimore is where are they playing?
Titans. We talked about it. Titans,
London
concrete, concrete, London Yard.
I mean, listen,
Yard.
this is the spot to throw against Tennessee, so I do like Flowers here as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, that's fine. Kirk has the Colts, but you can go Devonta there. D'Anthony's. This is a question against me, Coops. I'm leaving this up to you.
Okay, I think that's fair.
No biases. He needs 2 of 3 in addition to Cup. Myers, Debo, or Kirk.
You have Cup in our league. Cup. Well, we're definitely starting Myers. He almost beat me. Myers almost did just enough to beat me last week. Cup, Myers, and Debo. Cup, Myers, and Debo. That's easy, man. Christian Kirk is. We like Kirk where everyone's kind of meh because he's kind of meh himself. But if you have upside players like that, go with those guys. Cup,
I'm
Myers.
projected to lose to Dan by 2. And he has those 3 in his lineup already. So
leave it.
You gave him what he's got. You gave him what he's got.
Lock it in, dude. Kirk is such a good guy to have in case you need him. But if you don't need him, then it is what it is.
It's true. It's true. I assume not the actual Andrew Tate, but Andrew Tate.
Like Andrew Tate 311. Nice.
Mike Evans, Derrick Henry for Aaron Jones, T. Higgins, and Jake Ferguson. You guys should have tuned into the trade show on Alarm Fantasy Football on Wednesday. Evans and Henry for Jones, Higgins, and Ferguson. Why would you trade for Jones and Higgins? They're both hurt.
Yeah, I'm just keeping
Ferguson's hurt.
Keep Evans hurt too. All those guys are hurt except Henry. I just keep Evans and Henry. You don't need Jake Ferguson.
No, yeah, I'm good. I'm good with Evans and Henry there. Tam wants to know Beck's flex, Madison, Nico, or Reynolds. I still like Madison here.
I like Madison too. I don't like the matchup for Nico.
All right. Sean re-asked this question. Let's see if we get it right this time. He needs 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, 1 flex.
That makes more sense to me. That's easier to comprehend.
Sure. So 1 running back, Swift, Kyron, and JT.
I mean, you can't bench Swift right now.
Swift against the Jets. Kyron against the Cardinals.
All right. Okay. So you have to play Thielen and DJ Moore. So it's just one.
So there's your 1 wide receiver in your flex. So you got a running back of Swift, Kyron, and JT. I think I'm going to go Kyron here.
Yeah, I'm going Kyron against the Cardinals.
Yep. Favorite MVP the Prince wants to know for DFS tonight, Coop. Where are you building your showdown lineups around this evening? I went with Isaiah Pacheco.
Yes. So I love that, dude. Let's make a DFS lineup. Can we do it now? Or
we got a couple more questions. Let's burn through the questions. We'll get a DFS lineup built for everybody here. Before I do all of that, though, Coop, I gotta let everybody know about some cool things we have going on while we have everyone's attention here. First things first, we have a ridiculous deal going on right now. You can get 60% off our annual subscription. You go to fantasystorm.com/win, use promo code LOCK, and you will get the annual subscription package for less than $16 a month. So you get access to all of our premium content on site, premium Discord, access to myself, access to Andrew Cooper, access to Howard Bender right there on the promo code, QR code on screen for 60% off. Save $100. It's less than $16 a month, Coop.
And if you do that now, think about that. The annual, it's going to take you all the way through fantasy baseball season. Yeah. It's going to take you all the way through to this year. It'll take you all the way through this year of this year of basketball and hockey. And you'll still have the subscription going into your basketball and hockey drafts next year.
Yeah.
Because they both just started. This is when they start. So you'll have the info for those drafts next year. So it really is 2 years worth of information because you'll have your baseball drafts, you'll have your hockey drafts, you'll have your basketball drafts, you'll have your football drafts, and then you'll have Matt Sell's NASCAR stuff for the entire year. He's literally the best in the world. Drew Feltz
with the PGA. I took down a PGA GPP this year. First tournament of the year, Coop. I went down and came in second. I was like, this is going to be a great PGA year. Never got back to the mountaintop, but we had a good year overall.
They can't take that away from you, dude. They can't take away that from the bankroll. Yeah, so get in there right now, man. And you get so much stuff. You get all our paywalled articles, my tight end DFS stuff, John's QBs. Like we focus that hard on it. I just focus on tight ends. He focused on QBs. Like we hit you with deep knowledge, and we all, you get in the Discord. We can ask us direct questions at any time. Right. So get in there, get that set up. 60% off right now for the year.
And then the last thing I got to tell everybody about it is the Better Cast.
Yeah.
We got Thursday Night Football action tonight. The pregame questions are already loaded in. It's completely free to download, completely free to play and sign up. Get option opportunities to sit in chat, watch these games with us, myself, Coop, Howard Bender, the whole crew in there getting you ready here to win some cool prizes, autographed jerseys, memorabilia, opportunities to take home some cool stuff here, Coop. What else are we talking about when it comes to Bettercast?
Yeah. So when you go in there, you can hang out, chat with us. Like we hang out there, me, Howard, John, and Rowdy, like the people from this chat, we kind of just go over there and hang out over there. We talk about the game and it's free and you can win autographed jerseys, autographed helmets, the whole deal. Down the road, we're going to do Fanatics gift cards, which you can pretty much get anything with those. We're going to do viewing parties, kind of exclusive viewing parties. So a lot of cool stuff and it's free. It's free. So get in there, check it out. All you got to do is answer a couple questions during the game and before the game, which it's basically the bets we place anyway. Right now the questions are like Patrick Mahomes over under passing yards. Click one button. That's all you got to do. Free stuff. So pretty cool. And you're going to be having your phone in your hand during the game anyway, so you might as well.
So just hang out, get an opportunity to win some cool prizes with us here over on the Bettercast app. All right, Coop, we have some more questions popping in. Do you want to answer these questions? Do you want to build a DFS line?
Questions. We got to do the questions. Man.
All righty. Let's get back to the questions in here. Favorite DFS MVP, though? Again, I have Pacheco, the Prince. We'll go through here.
And it fits right into my narrative that we're going to talk about when we do make a DFS lineup. So let's do the questions, and we'll get back to that.
Love it. Big Daddy Weirdo wants to know Eagles or Chiefs defense. I mean, if that wind's blowing, do you like the Chiefs tonight, or do you like the Eagles against the Jets?
Eagles against the Jets, man.
Eagles against the Jets here. AA says, great for the great advice. Oh, yeah. This is the 5 stages of grief with the Nick Chubb. Let's see. I even got back Taylor, Kyron, and Kamara. He would have had Chubbs. Now he's got Diggs and Jefferson. I mean, listen, Taylor, Kyron, Kamara, Diggs, and Jefferson will look pretty good as long as you get an early Jefferson return. And then he's thanking you for drafting Laporta. Shout out to Jake Butt, man, for the Laporta.
Jake Butt, man.
Double tap, man. He was dead on.
Yeah, well, when he came out and said that, dude, I was like, damn. Like, let's go, dude. He had him, and shout out Jake Butt had him just straight up, flat out ranked as his
number one.
Tight end one.
Number one
over
tight
Kincaid,
end.
Over everybody else. So.
Yep.
He played tight end in that conference, so like he obviously knows what he's talking about.
No biases. Hey, Coop, Goddard or Thomas and a half PPR. Gotta go Logan Thomas, right?
Gotta go Thomas. And I'll tell you guys something about the Dallas Goddard matchup. People are being fooled because they go on like DraftKings or whatever and they see, oh, the Jets are letting up a ton of points against, arguably the worst, the best matchup for tight ends, but it's actually not really true. If you go through and look at how those matchups have gone, they held Hunter Henry to like no yards. They held Jake Ferguson to 11 yards. He just caught a random touchdown. They held Kincaid and Knox to limited yards. What happened is backup tight ends are scoring random touchdowns against this team, and it's messing up the numbers.
Right.
So the guys that cover the tight end are doing well. Even Travis Kelce only had 6 for 60. Noah Gray caught a random touchdown. Farrell Brown, John, if you remember, caught like a 70-yard touchdown that obviously you can't put that on the people that cover the actual tight end. So the numbers are skewed. You can't just look at that. You have to look at the matchups. The Jets are not a terrible matchup. Like they're not terrible against the tight end. They're probably middle of the pack. So and Thomas is going up against a team that is truly terrible against the tight end. Like a great matchup. The Falcons are not good versus the tight end. Logan Thomas all day long.
Tam wants to know: are we going the over yards for Kelce or are we afraid of the wind here?
I'm afraid of the wind. I'm afraid of the ankle.
I'm afraid of the wind and the ankle. I'm with you. I went under Kelce yards today, so that's where I'm at. Ventura wants to know trade question: trade Nico and Amari for Doubs and Ford. So Amari, you just picked up. You got Doubs and Ford here. Nico Collins, obviously the best player in this deal.
Yeah, we like Nico's the best player, but Ford's better than Amari. And Romeo Doubs he maintained his role. So I don't know if Jerome Ford is going directly into your lineup, I would do it. But if not, if Jerome Ford's going to be like your running back like 4, then don't do it.
Yeah, I think I would rather just have Nico Collins. So
yeah,
Romeo only has 4 targets.
What your other options are.
It's just not great. Then he wants to know, should I start Javonte this week? Yeah, I'm starting Javonte. I don't know what else you have though. So let us know. Let's get the full picture. Then Steven wants to know, unfortunately, I have to play Williams or Jaleel. You got to play Williams. He's the healthy one.
Got to play Williams. Yeah, he's a starter.
Yep. And then Tam, Reynolds or Nico this week. Amon-Ra is back for the Lions.
Nico has a bad matchup. John, what's your read on Reynolds? You've been the Reynolds guy.
I mean, I'm still playing him. I was playing him along Amon-Ra St. Brown the whole time. I mean, he just gets targets and is productive. And now if Laporta is on the injury report today as well, that's going to impact Josh Reynolds here.
If there's no Laporta, I'm starting Reynolds. But Nico, he has a bad matchup with Marshawn Lattimore, but there's no Tank Dell, most likely. So not terrible for Nico. Not the end of the world. And Marshawn, he hasn't been shadowing as much, I've seen. I mean, he still probably will on Nico, but with no Tank Dell. But I don't know. I don't love it.
I'm with you. All right, Coop, that's it for the questions right now, guys. If you're tuning in, you got more questions, let us know. We're here for another 10 or so minutes. But let's get a DFS lineup built.
Yeah, let's do DFS
for the fam here.
Yeah.
We both like Pacheco, so
we like the Pacheco. And here's the narrative that I like to lean into that creates affordability is, let's say the Chiefs do go out in front, they do really well. I like the notion that maybe they don't use Kelsey like crazy because of the ankle, and maybe you sneak a little Noah Gray in there. I already like Noah Gray at this price, with his usage, and it saves us a lot of money to do whatever we want.
Yeah, I'm fine going Noah Gray if you wanted to do a little value here. A lot of people like Jerick McKinnon tonight, Coop. I don't know if you've seen those tweets out. Again, just as bad as Denver's been, they allowed 200 yards to A-Chain, and then Mostert had 80. Now, they don't give McKinnon really any volume here. But a lot of people are in on McKinnon and those targets, maybe. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Jerick tonight?
Let's put him in the category of we'll start him if we have to.
Okay.
Right. Chat, who do you guys like? Let us know. I see Ann DFS. I know it is fun. Let us know. So let's say we get to the end and we have $5,000 sitting there. We'll use them, but let's not go crazy getting in there. I don't like going kickers tonight with the wind. So
you want to go Chiefs defense?
I think Chiefs defense. Well, then we can't use Russ.
Well, sure, but I mean, you can still. I mean, they don't have to go perfect here.
Yeah. Well, we like Sutton, right?
We do like. So, let me ask you: if the wind is that bad, is Judy not a better option?
He would be.
Right, because they're not going to throw downfield to Sutton most likely.
We could start. Oh, you can't start them both. Okay, so this is where maybe McKinnon works. What if we were to go Sutton, Judy, and Russ? Oh, we were off by $100.
We're always off. That's the way.
They do that on purpose. I guarantee they sit there putting lineups together and they say, and juice the guy up by 100.
So I mean, I got a lineup with William, Judy, Javonte, Russ, Pacheco, Gray, and the Chiefs. The problem is you're not giving yourself any exposure to the Chiefs passing offense. So, if you wanted to pivot away, I think Rashee Rice at 64. I know the snaps aren't there, but everything else is there, right? He's 33. That gets you 10-5. Let's see. I guess if you went down to Sutton, that gives us it does give us Kelsey. I know we're playing Gray.
Double tight end stack. Let's go.
Double tight end stack could be a thing today.
Wait, so why is mine all messed up? Like, why? What am I missing here? Because I got it on the screen. What do I have?
Actually, let me ask you this lineup. Let me get your opinion here. This is what I got built out. Isaiah Pacheco.
Yep.
Chiefs defense.
Yep.
Cortland Sutton.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh.
Rashee Rice. And then Greg Dulcich at $3,200.
He's only 32?
32.
Oh, we have to have him in. That's wild. That fits?
Yeah, you have who are you playing over me there?
What do I have differently?
Yeah, why do you have different cash than I do? Pacheco. I don't have Gray in my lineup anymore.
Am I being shorted? Oh,
I took Gray out. I took Gray out.
No.
I'm playing Rashee Rice.
All right, you play that lineup. I'm playing my own.
Okay.
I'm playing the one the chat wants to play. Mims. Yeah, let's do Mims. Chat's got it. Chat's got it figured out. And Russ. No, that would be yeah.
I mean, you double. I mean, listen, double quarterbacks. That's not terrible.
There it is, right there.
If Mahomes throws touchdowns, you at least get the Mahomes touchdowns. You have a lot of money left over. You're definitely forcing yourself into the. Yeah,
but there's no one else I like in that price range.
They're 56, 45.
I don't need that money because I'm going to be so rich from winning.
Fine. Listen, you know what? You're also not wrong. You definitely don't need to spend all your money in DFS. So.
That's right. That's it. That's it right there.
There you're at.
And if I win, I'm Ann Dunn gets 5% or whatever I win.
Can't take that in the Millie tonight.
And again, Millie, yeah, it's coming your way.
For me,
after taxes, and after taxes. Okay.
For me here, I got Pacheco, Dulcich, Chiefs defense, Sutton, Mahomes, and Rice. Locking that one in.
Jeez, what is that picture of Noah Gray, dude? He looks like a mugshot of a guy that was just like arrested for stealing copper piping. What is that? What is this picture for Noah Gray here? Look at all these guys, dude. Dulcich looking like, he looks like a James Franco playing Weird Al Yankovic in a movie. Like this is a goon squad, dude. This is a squad. These are the boys.
Tam wants to know: do we do Ertz or Kelsey?
Kelsey.
I feel like you got to play Kelsey, but I get it.
No matter what, it's Kelsey. You start Travis Kelsey even if there's a fire.
Yeah. Josh wants to know: rest of season, Downs or Kirk?
Oh, jeez, that Spider-Man meme, John. Right?
I mean, listen, Christian Kirk, but I would say Jones has been a wide receiver 1. So
I know, but Josh Downs with Gardner Minshew starting is averaging 12 targets a game.
That's true.
It's a 1 game sample size, but still, it's Kirk over Downs. It's Kirk over Downs, but we love the idea of Downs.
AA wants to know if you had a bench tight end, Dulcich or Kincaid.
I would bench.
No, if you wanted to add a bench tight end.
Oh, if I wanted to add one, I would just keep Kincaid. Not giving
even
up.
With the trade rumors swirling.
The trade rumors are huge. They truly are. I think you would have to go Dulcich. I mean, that's Kincaid.
I'll say this: we saw Dulcich last year with guys hurt. He didn't really do much.
He didn't do a whole lot, dude. But yeah.
But this is listen. We were all excited for Dulcich because we liked this offense and how they use tight ends, and then he immediately got hurt. So maybe,
Yeah. If you ask me, it's Kincaid. But if you ask, Britt Flynn, it's Dulcich. So yeah. That's a really close one. I'm sticking with Kincaid for the long haul.
I would say don't use a bench tight end. What's your regular tight end?
Yeah, in that situation, maybe
probably don't need a bench tight end here.
Right.
Guys, any other questions? Again, feel free to throw them in the chat.
Yeah.
We got a couple more minutes here for everybody. Coop, give me some more of your favorite bets here. Let's recap what you're liking when it comes to Underdog Fantasy here this season.
Yeah, so with Underdog, you guys got to check that out. It's pretty cool. They give you the freebie tonight too, right? The freebie is, so there are 2 options, right, John? You can either do the freebie or you can do the boosted one. Is that my understanding?
Yeah. So what they added now is they added some they call them spicy props basically, and what the spicy props do is they'll increase your payout if you use them in your lineup. So, for example, the spicy Wilson touchdown prop is 1.25x instead of the regular 1x if you include it into your play. So it increases the total payout. So I gave out 3 plays tonight over on the Fantasy Farm YouTube page here, and instead of the 3-play 6x, I think it is, or whatever for the 3-play payout, it's 7.25x. So you get a little bit more of a boosted payout if all 3 of those end up hitting here.
Spicy play. You got to go spicy. I mean, do you even have a choice?
I mean,
you're going spicy play.
Right?
You're going spicy play. So you're already gambling. You might as well extra gamble. So you get the spicy play in. The one I like is the tackle monster game. Josie Jewell, he covers Kelsey in these situations. And he's already a guy who against this team, the last 3 times he's played, he's had 7 tackles, 10 tackles, 7. Last time they played, Kelsey got 5 targets while he was covering him. So this guy covers Kelsey and they throw it to him anyway. And that's the easiest way to get tackles.
Right.
So he said it's 7.5 there. I'm picking higher on that. And then it's just fun all game to now you have one extra guy to root for, number 47 on the Broncos. And anytime he chases a guy down, makes a play, you're like, yes, let's go.
Just cheering for tackles.
Just one extra thing to root for. I love doing the tackle monster, so I'm doing that one. And then we like Sutton. We both like Sutton over 3.5, higher on 3.5. What else? Is there anything else that you like for those?
Yeah, again, I have the Pacheco higher than 76.5. I like the Russell Wilson higher than the 1.5 touchdowns. Javonte Williams, 35.5 rushing yards is pretty interesting because this is a number that he hasn't had any trouble going over yet, and they claim he's not on the injury report. He's not going to be limited. So if he's going to get 10, 11, 12 carries like he's kind of been getting this year, 36.5, 35.5 rushing yards on the ground here with the win, I could see Javonte going over that total today.
Yeah, no, I like that, man. I mean, he's getting his job back. They say he's not limited. Then why wouldn't he have the kind of game that he's capable of having?
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Twitch gang in the chat got a question. Brees Hall for Derrick
Yeah.
Henry. I would do it if I'm getting Brees Hall. I am not doing it to
Twitch
get
gang.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Brees Hall, man, he's ramping up, dude. Twitch glasses for the Twitch gang, and he's ramping up. And you've seen the monster games. I see no reason why Brees Hall couldn't be valued the way we're looking at like DeAndre Swift now, where we say you can't not start him. And the thing with Derrick Henry is they finally found another guy they like on pass downs, and they're not scared to do it that way, right?
Right.
What Deion Lewis is supposed to be years ago, they found their guy where they just say, hey, if it's not going our way running it, then we'll use this guy on pass downs. So
Yep, I agree with you there. So, guys, good luck everything tonight with your Thursday night football. Get in that Discord again. We got that limited time offer right now, 60% off the annual subscription. It's about $16 a month per month for the year. Again, it goes all the way through next year this time. So, get the first third of the NFL season, get all of our MLB, all of our NASCAR, all of our PGA. Our MMA DFS guy is an absolute monster.
awesome.
There's a ridiculous UFC card coming up this weekend as well. He has multiple tournament takedowns this season. So if you like some MMA, you like UFC, our guy is probably one of the best, if not the best in the industry with MMA DFS here. So check out our All Pro subscription again. Go to fantasystime.com/win. Click on the annual subscription button, enter code LOCK, and lock in that ridiculous deal that we got going on. Final question of the night from the Twitch gang. Pop it in. Drop Hunter Henry for Rashee Rice. He's got Kittle. What do you think, Coop?
Yeah, he hit us with that earlier. I say do it, man, especially if you're on Yahoo or Sleeper and your settings allow you to drop guys after they play if they're on your bench. Add Rashee Rice to your bench right now, and if he stinks, then you could still drop him in some formats. But I think I'm doing that regardless. But there's just extra incentive to do that in those leagues.
I agree with you. All right, everybody. We'll be back. Tune in Sunday. I'll be here 9 to 10 with Brent Flynn. Go get Coop and Bender from 10 to 11 and then come right back here. Coop and myself, 11 to 12, getting you guys ready for all of your Week 6 Sunday action. Like and subscribe to the channel. Good luck, everybody. We'll talk to you later.